Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we are back in Cardolan, specifically Gond Orchal, this region of here that we hadn't explored yet. There are a couple of quests in here that we can pick up, and I've been thinking, I think I would like to go back and retrace some of my steps looking for those missing quests. There are not as many as I thought, but there are still plenty of them to do, so let's get going and see if we can do them all on today's episode.
I wonder if you could help me.
Oh, hello, young Warden. I am Mavli, though most call me Nan Mavli. I wonder if you could help me. Every year around this time, we have a tradition in my family to come and burn incense at the tombs to appease the spirits within. However, these years the spirits are quite incensed already. I am no match for the wrath, but perhaps someone of your capabilities might go where an old woman cannot. Would you burn the incense for me at their tombs? So that's the first quest with Nan Mavli. We already met her. You will remember she is Arnile's grandma. And Arnile, we met him first in Hat Nirui. He had stolen some artifacts from the barrows, and then we met him again outside of Thoroughness, and there was an extra artifact that needed to be returned, and he was talking about his grandma having issue with that. So that's her, Nan Mavli.
I don't know if you can help me.
The bloodied woman looks half in shock. She flinches and almost scrambles to flee before something dawns upon her. You're no white. Are you here to rescue us? I beg you, find my friends. They killed Muna first, then dragged the rest of us into the barrows. I managed to crawl out, but Anion, Kurik, Melwyn, they're somewhere further northwest. Please, if you find what's left of them, burn them. My injuries can wait. These two quests can be done together, as you can see. Burning the incense, I think... Oh no! The barrows will not try to stop you. That's great. And you will also see in here, well, something that we have discussed many times before. Nan Mavli's quest is for level 20, and this other quest is for level 27. There's a huge gap in here, and as you can see, we are already too high of a level to get any XP from Nan Mavli's quests. It's a shame that's the case, and okay, that's what I remembered. Some of the spirits do attack you. The oppressive atmosphere dissipates at once. Kurik is over there, but I want to check these ruins. What I was gonna say is LOTRO has some sort of scaling technology for quests, so that the quests are always at your level. We have seen that with missions, and we have seen that with some of the festival activities. So, would have been a solution to this issue if some of these quests that you find out in the wild would scale to you from a certain level. So for example, a Nan Mavli's quest is for level 20 and up, meaning if you go there below level 20, the quest would still be level 20, but if you are level 28, like it's my case, you could still get some XP from it. It wouldn't be... The spirit fades into nothingness, relinquishing its anger. It wouldn't be a huge issue if the quests were of a certain level range depending on the area. But since most of these quests are really spread out, and you will find some of these quests have huge level gaps between them, that makes the process of tracking all this more troublesome than it should be, in my opinion. So that could be a solution for that. Of course, there's already too late for something like this to be implemented, but you can dream, right? Because as you have seen, well, we have just hit level 28. We need to gain 4 levels somehow in here. And once again, I don't think we have enough quests to be able to get those 4 levels. But getting this level 20 quest, great quest, is just adding insult to injury. Because it's not clear when you're supposed to come in here. I would guess around level 23, 24. Where you will be a little over leveled for the first quest and a little under leveled for the second one, but you can still get some profit from both. And we could have technically done that when we were fighting the goblins, looking for the missing pages of the journal. Because there are a few goblins really close to this place, but there's no good way to know. And that's my issue with some of these quests. Especially on a region such as this where you don't have enough XP to hit the threshold that you are required to hit. So it's a very baffling decision, to say the least. I don't know if maybe the LOTRO team was a shortened time for some of these before the shadow missions and places. So some of the elements on this expansion felt rushed, like for example the entire thing with Ardun in Langaran that was not fully explained, and as far as I know there is no way to find the explanation for it. So it seems that they had to cut some corners in some areas and the quests somehow got affected by it. But that's just a speculation on my part. I of course cannot assure that, but it's the feeling I get when I play through some of these areas. A solemn breeze whistles through the barrows. Oh. A stranger silently watches over Delun's unmoving body. You must be one who offered to help Delun. She told me what happened before she... At least, she realized I had survived after all. I'll do what I can for her. Please leave me. I wish to be alone. Okay, I didn't remember the ending of this quest. I knew that Delun would die, of course, but I didn't remember that we will get... Oh my god, this is such a tragic ending to the story. Oh god. And the implications, because it's not... There are some things that are left unexplained, but that works for the benefit of this quest. It's not like the previous one I was discussing, where the things that are not explained take away from the experience. On this case, it's really bittersweet, and it leaves you with a feeling of desolation in a way. I remember really enjoying this quest, and now I see why.
Why, thank you, dear.
I am sure this will help those poor spirits find a rest. And there you have it. 2 really simple and short quests that we had in there. As far as I know, there's nothing else in this area. If you continue that road north, you will eventually get to Breland on the site of the homesteads. So I don't think there's gonna be anything else in there. It's just an extra extension of the barrows. But of course the focus of the barrows is Tirngorthad, but there was still something there. It makes sense for some barrows to be located there, so it's all good. Now, the place, or well, the overall area in which we missed the most quests is this eastern border of the region, because once again, not a lot of quests send you there. And since it's on the border with the troll shows, and the troll shows being an early 30s area, you really want to avoid it up till this point. So it's understandable some of these quests you would miss. But even then, now we are in a position of doing them. So let's hope we don't run into too much trouble finding them. This is gonna be really quick. I'm just gonna make a quick stop in Karanost to turn in the Trophy Hunter quest we have active. And afterwards, we can take a swift travel and see where we go from there. This music really slaps. You couldn't see me, but I was I was vibing to this. Oh no, that was a great tune. I don't think we had heard it before on the series. It was great. Such a great tune.
Might I aid you?
What are you doing with that? A bit grim, isn't it? Gideon inspects Pentel's skull closely, studying it in much the same way as you did. After a time, he places the skull gently on a nearby table. Alas for the Barrows, even after so many years of sorrow, the dead do not rest. For my part, I shall see to it that this poor soul is buried where the foul magic of old cannot find them. Thank you, friend. Now... yeah, I think we can take a swift travel to Skurlock's farm. We're not gonna take the milestone in case we need to use that later. It could prove useful at other points on this endeavor. And for the time being, we'll try doing something else. Exploring some of the locations we missed. So, our first stop, we're really close actually. Our first stop is gonna be back in the ruins of Nimbarth that we initially visited so many episodes ago. I'm not sure how we missed this quest. Well, how I missed this quest, of course, you were not doing anything, but I like to talk, and right? We are doing this together. You from your screens and me playing this, but anyway, I'm not sure how I missed this quest. Because as far as I know, I talked to every single NPC there. I did remember there being more quests in Nimbarth. You would remember I was feeling I had missed something. So I was at least half right on that regard. But I don't know what happened. we will find out in just a moment, but that was very surprising. Oh, didn't see you there. And the first time I played through this expansion with my hunter, the hunter I created for this, I did all of these Nimbarth quests the first time I got to this area, when the epic first sent you to the farm and to Amon Firn. But it was a jarring experience for the same reasons. I was outleveled for some of those quests, and having to go back to the encampment outside Tharbad for those felt so weird. So I don't want to insist on that point anymore. I think I have mentioned that many times already throughout the series, but the quest flow in Cardolan really feels off at certain points. And I understand the devs were trying to create a more open area where you could take different paths to some of those places. But there's something there that doesn't entirely work, in my opinion. going back again to the idea of you out-leveling some quests and you finding huge level gaps in between quests that are around the same hub. So yeah, maybe having some sort of scaling would have solved the issue, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is that a good idea? Something that you could get behind? Am I missing something in here? Do I suck at this? Ah, here's the quest ring. So, not that far away from the ruins, but still not a place that we explored. I see now why we missed this. What a shame.
Yes.
My favorite dagger was stolen by half-orcs and I want it back. I think one of their captains must have it right now, over there in Nimbarth. Get it back for me and I'll reward you. See if I don't. Half-orc captains. So not all of them would work. And we'll need to get deeper into the ruins, but as you have seen here, we have not only out-leveled the quest, we have out-leveled the entire camp. So we're not gonna have a lot of issues in here at all. Half-orc captain. Maybe here. Now, I'm not sure maybe about the Explorer of Cardolan, Pearls of Cardolan, Nettingglade, Sarkborn, Everstead, and Nagenstones are two places that I have no idea where to find. Nettingglade and Sarkborn will get to eventually. Collected a bloodstained dagger. Is this Desne's favorite? I think it will, yeah, I think this is Desne's favorite. I think one of those locations, or even possibly the two locations we're missing, are around this eastern area. So maybe we can take a quick look and see if we can find those places as we clean up this quest. You got it back! I never doubted you, Beriathan, but I have to say, this dagger has seen better days. Look at all the dried blood on the blade. I don't want to think about whose blood this might be. I don't think this dagger is my favorite anymore. I did promise you a reward and I will not go back on my word. It is a shame though, it was such a nice dagger. We can take the javelin. Why are you giving me might on a javelin? The only class that can use javelins is Warden. So why are you giving me might instead of agility? This is such an odd choice. But if I take the spear, it's also giving might. I don't get it. And this dagger is not good enough to replace the sword that I have. So, no. I'm gonna take it because I need to pick a reward, of course, but no. That's not something that works for me right now. Now I don't know the exact location of this next NPC we're looking for, but is a really close to this overall area. Maybe if I get to one of these hilltops, I will be able to spot it. Maybe don't. That's also a huge possibility. Maybe those ruins over there that you can see. I don't want to cross into a high level area, of course, not yet. Because now that I think of it, this will not take us to the Trollshaws proper. An area that we are on the appropriate level range to do. This will take us to the angle of Mythaethel. And we are still way too low of a level for that place. So if we end up crossing there, we might want to go back. Everstead. Okay. Okay, well, at least we got to where we needed to be. And this is where the quest will actually ask us to go. But we need to find the NPC. A treasure cache in here? What a shame. Ruins as big as this one? Church. Okay, this is a trophy. We're gonna grab this guy right now. And not take any chances. We got his tusks. Okay. After encountering and defeating the elusive boar Turch, you have claimed a trophy that may be of value to the Dunedain of Cardolan. As you inspect Turch's tusks, you are impressed by their condition. At their points, they are as sharp as needles, and despite Turch's age, they show far less wear than those of the other boars in Cardolan. Perhaps Turch was so imposing that he did not often deign to fight his own battles, but judging by your encounter, this was not for lack of skill in combat. You should bring this trophy to Gaerion, a trophy hunter and lorekeeper of the Dunedain of Cardolan. Sure. Well, at least we got the discovery of this. And we got the trophy, but oh god, where is the NPC? And in case you're wondering, I am indeed looking this up online as we speak because I have no idea. I have never come here before. This is my first time. This is, once again, an area that it's really easy to miss if you are just following the epic. And even if you go out of the way at certain moments to explore and everything, this is so close to the angle, I wouldn't have dared to come here on my own. But here we go.
You there! I have a proposition for you.
You look strong and capable. I have a proposition for you, if you're interested in making some coin. East of here, a large number of wild boar have made dens. Usually I would not meddle with these creatures, but these lot are sickly and will attack on sight. Go to the boar dens and defeat as many of the creatures as you're able. Bring me back some of their meat as well. I have an idea for something that may help things. Okay. This NPC would have a couple more quests. They're some sort of mini quest chain. Which, once again, might be a little jarring. Having a quest chain so far away from everything else. But I guess it adds to the exploration aspect of this place. And if you are the kind of player that likes to go out of your way looking for things, finding a quest chain, even if it's not that eventful, but finding an entire quest chain so far away from all the other quest hubs, I imagine it would be very rewarding. And once again, I do enjoy exploring on my own, but I'm not a good explorer, I think. I get lost easily. Blackened skin, okay, but that's not... I get lost easily and I can still struggle finding many different things. But I appreciate this being in here. This doesn't bother me as much. At least not yet. Let's see how I feel after I finish doing everything here with these boars and everything else. A shame. Because once again, this area is around level 16, level 18, so I guess you are supposed to come in here as soon as you leave Tharbad, which once again is really odd. Well, it's not that far from Nimbarth, so I guess that's when you were supposed to come in here. The first time we came to Nimbarth, we should have explored a little bit more. There was no indication whatsoever, and I'm kinda bummed we missed all this sweet XP now that we are struggling to get more. Oh, come on. And on top of that, some of these guys are not dropping the loot I need. For God's sake. I don't get it why a boar would not be dropping any meat. They are deceased, that's true, and there are on their bones, that's also true, but they still have meat. There had to be something salvageable on all those boars.
Leave me be.
Excellent. Oof, that does have a stench, does it not? I will take that from you, thank you. That was it? Wasn't there supposed to be something else in here? Is there any other quest I need to complete to be able to unlock the rest of the quest chain? I don't get it. Okay, the NPC is still in here, but it seems he will not offer the quest from this location. God, I don't get it. I really don't get how we were supposed to find all of this. Because it's not only that some of these quests are really out there, quite well hidden in my opinion, but some of them have really weird prerequisites. The NPCs would move to different places. I really don't understand. I really don't get it. Unless you are running from one place to the other. I mean, if we had come and visited Everstead right after finishing Nimbarth, then we must have gone back to Tharbad to turn in some of those quests, and I guess at that point you would have been able to stumble on this quest. But even that, it's quite a stretch. Nagenstones. These are the Nagenstones? You see? That's what I told you. These quests will take us to those missing locations. So at least we got them. That's a bonus. But I don't get it, how we were supposed to be doing some of these things. And here we have Merritt. He has moved to this bridge. How were we supposed to know he was going to come here? It's a huge mystery. I don't know. Once again, going with the idea you are rewarded for your exploration by stumbling upon this quest chain, which is not really even clear how to fully complete. But I'm not feeling it. I mean, Merritt should have had some dialogue after completing the quest at Everstead saying, hey, come and find me here because the next part of my plan takes place at this location, something like that, but otherwise, how are you supposed to know this?
Well, it seems like the plan did not go quite as planned.
Okay, he didn't share his plan with us, he tried to do it on his own, and that means that then we're supposed to meet him sometime afterwards. I don't know. I don't get it. Long story short, I don't get it. Well, it seems like the plan did not go quite as planned. That is, we put a good dent into the boar population, so that went well, but, well, you see, then I may have used the meat you brought me to poison the nearby wargs. The poisoned meat did weaken the wargs with the illness, just as planned. However, it has come to my attention that the wargs are made of a bit sterner stuff, and the illness is not quite having the desired effect. While it has slowed the ghastly things down a bit, the wargs are not succumbing as expected. If you could see your way to helping me again, talk to my sister Maeriel. She always knows what to do and is more than happy to tell you to do it. She will certainly have a plan. I see her across the water a ways, but I am loath to confess what I have done. She is so mean. That is, she probably will not be mean to you. Probably. These two have a really fun story and I would love to know it, but I don't think we will. Maybe she will tell us a little bit more about her brother, but I don't know. Maybe the depths expect you to go out of your way exploring, looking for Everstead and the Nagenstones so that you can stumble upon these quests, but I'm not sure. There's something really odd about all this. It's my point.
Careful, stranger. Some fool placed diseased meat here.
Yeah, no, you don't tell. Who could have done that? As you tell her of Merritt's plan, her face grows more and more troubled. My brother's laziness has reached a new bound. The wargs are sick, as he intended. However, fast though the illness has spread to them, it is not killing them as quickly. The creatures are now spreading the disease to the wildlife around them. If you come across any deceased wargs, put them down. They are a danger to us and to all those around them. Okay. The Nagenstones. Cool. With a little bit of luck, we can find all 8 wargs really close to one another. And just be done with this really quick. Alright, that's 4 out of 8. Just like that. That's the only good point about overleveling quests. One-shotting all these guys with such ease. It's always fun. Extremely easy, true, but extremely fun. And that was it. Awesome. Yo, gotta make up for the last time we spent looking for these guys. I don't know, Merritt could have said something like, great, now I can enact my plan. Meet me at this location so that you can see the results of my brilliance. And then we could have these quests proceed as planned. Something, a little something to bring you here is all I ask.
I'm sorry you had to clean up my brother's mess.
Perhaps this will help him learn not to try to cut corners.
You have shown yourself to be far more dependable than my brother.
So I wonder if I can entrust you with another task. I was meant to meet with my fellow ranger Calargil at Amon Firn, but I daren't leave Beriathan unattended. Would you bring Calargil word of what we saw here? The deceased boars and the encroaching wargs' presence is unsettling. Some darkness has swept through Cardolan, I am sure of it. That is something that... Now that you see it, I mean... It was a little bit jarring as well, only having the epic taking you to Amon Firn. The epic does take you there twice, in fact, but not having any side quests was something that I also found really strange. But now, as you can see, there were side quests in Amon Firn. It's just that I didn't find them because, I mean, can you blame me? Because you gotta go to Everstead, which is here. Then you gotta go to the Nagenstones in here with no further indication of you needing to go here before you are sent here to Amon Firn. I mean, this is all around the same place, so it's not that bad. At least it's something that you can do really quickly. But I go back to my original point. How are you supposed to know these things? The only way in which I can see you being able to do all this is if you, by any reason, were not only returning to the same area a few times, the epic does help with that, but you were running around each time you were sending here. And I don't know how many players would do that, because I can see some of them like being sent to this location and then saying, well, I'm gonna take my time to explore. They go find the different locations, find the quests, but doing that twice on the same area does, I don't know, it does feel like a stretch. Is this quest chain not made for me? I mean, the story so far, it's fine, it's funny and everything. But I don't know, wasn't this made for me for the kind of player I am? It's quite possible. Not a lot of people, well, I saw some criticism on the forums precisely for these reasons. How hard it was to find some of these quests. And the LOTRO team does have its reasons. Yeah, the old forums are still available. You might be able to find that thread. But yeah, it seems this was just made for a different kind of player, but I still wanna see how this ends.
So, Maria was left once more to clean up her brother's mess.
Yes, indeed she did. I am not surprised by that, but the rest of the news you bring is quite troubling. I have myself witnessed strange things indeed.
The activity I've seen at Amon Firn troubles me.
Finally, something that it's up to my my level range. A little below my level, but will still provide decent XP, awesome. The activity I have seen at Amon Firn troubles me. The dead have been roused and wander the dead mount, and strange men are skulking around the area as well. The two can often be seen fighting each other, and I fear their quarrel will spill over and trouble the rest of the land. It seems that my ideal trusts you. Well then, put the spirits back to rest, Beriathan, and do what you can to remove the men from that place as well. Defeat foes at Amon Firn. Okay, I can of course do that. Really easily as well, really quick. Just gotta apply some of our dots. Let's hope Resounding Challenge has a big enough range to have hit all those guys. And all these guys as well. We can just keep running around a little bit. We're already halfway through. Yeah, these quests really go by really fast. It's just a matter of finding the actual things. I mean, we're practically done now. Oh, come on, climb this. There we go. And this is where we came from. can also remove this Explorer deed from the tracker now. We're gonna get it in a few episodes. I'm sure of that. So we don't need that there. Taking up screen space.
Well done. May the dead rest more easily at that sorrowful place.
I hope you're right.
Will you let me speak my piece?
Oh my god, that voice does not go with the character, especially after hearing him with the other one. You have acted admirably in the defense of Cardolan, but I would impose a boon upon you if you are willing. I need to make a report of the activity that we have seen here, but I also do not think it is time yet to give up my post. Will you bring word of what you saw and did here to my companion Tairas? He has gone on ahead to a farm that is west of here, chasing traveling rumors. That is Skurlock Farm, so it does seem that indeed you were meant to do all this alongside the epic. Well, you need to go back to the farm many different times, so you have many different chances for completing this as well. You see, I told you that milestone skill would come in handy for later, and glad I was right.
How can I be of service?
Well met indeed. I am indeed Tairas. You may give me Calargil's report. You tell Tairas what transpired at Amon Firn. Troubled times these are, but glad I am that we have one such as yourself to aid us. You have come at a fortuitous time to this farmstead as well. That has to be intentional, that is the devs having fun with how much this line is used. I came after hearing rumors of goblins and displaced farmers. We rangers do what we can to shield these folk from outside intrusions, but our number are few and the enemies are many. Go and speak with the Skurlock and Hope families if you have not yet already done so. They definitely could use your help. So yeah, this was the vector to Skurlock Farm that we didn't have before. Also letting you know what happened to these farmers. So yeah, you were supposed to do this so much earlier, but I don't see how.
What do you need?
Who are you? What do you want? We might be missing folk, but I won't let you take what's left. Oh, you're not here to steal anything. I suppose you don't look like a goblin. Yeah, you don't say. After I rescued your family and liberated Hope's farm? She takes a shuddering breath and her shoulders slump. I am Edward Skurlock. If you have come to help, you're just in time. Yeah, a little... You could say I was a little bit early, in fact. But yeah, that was the end of this quest line. As you can see.
How can I be of service?
Now we go back to Caranost to turn in the Trophy Hunter quest. And as far as I can see... we have only... a couple more quests to complete that we can find as we make our way back to where we were, so that's also good. We're gonna do this really quick. I think, yeah, we should have enough time to complete all these quests on today's episode. That's great.
Hail!
Welcome, traveler. Have you found something new? As Guardian inspects Turch's tusks, he carefully touches the tip of one of the tusks with his finger. Even with a soft touch, he pricks himself, drawing a small amount of blood. He winces slightly, but then his face warms to a smile. A mighty beast, even in death. These tusks will make a fine trophy indeed. I shall see that they are well preserved. You have my thanks. Awesome. Now, something that I hadn't considered doing all these quests is the fact that we are getting reputation. But I think we'd still need some extra help to complete this faction. I haven't done any tasks, as you can see. I was not so keen on the idea of getting tasks to level up. Once again, I just wanted to see how far we would go just by doing the quests available in Cardolan, but now that we have seen how far we can indeed go, I think I'm gonna make a quick stop and do some tasks, as many tasks as I can before finishing with this area. Every little bit helps. And we need to get to level 32. I'm so inclined right now to get some of the VIP perks. I don't know if we have any sort of bonus XP. Oh yeah, we have. Is this bonus XP? Oh. This is a Tome of Experience. It's bound anyway. We could use this when we move to the next part of the story. Yeah, I think we'll need to do that so that we don't need to grind that much for level 32. I'm not sure either if I have any more Tomes of XP somewhere around here. I don't think I do. I'll need to check my other characters. Maybe they will have tomes. That will help. I'm scrounging for XP, and that is of course the natural consequence of my choice. I kinda wish I hadn't done so, but this has forced us to go and look for all these quests. So this has helped us being more thorough with the area. So you win some, but you lose some. Like always. The other quest that we are looking for is somewhere around these shores. Not exactly sure where. Somewhere around here, I reckon, but we need to keep looking. Oh, here it is. Not so far. Awesome.
Well met.
The secret to being a successful fisherman. I'll tell you if you have the patience. Exercise patience and learn Medwin's secret. Medwin said to be patient. I love that. We need to be patient, as you have seen in here. It's just 3 minutes. I think this will be the most time-consuming quests of this episode, but we still have the time. We'll need to hurry a little bit afterwards, but we still have the time. Yeah, we'll need to fly basically, but we do have the time. All things considered, is not that much, 3 minutes, especially considering that we have really been doing a lot of things. We have not stopped at all on this episode, so this little pause, it's a welcome break from the rush that we've been in today. It does give me some time to finish my coffee, so if you don't mind. Ah, that's the stuff. Now, what do we have here? Some more crafting materials. This is for tasks. I'm gonna take that. Tasks as well. More tasks. Another expert case. I'm also gonna take the time to level up my scholar so that I can open all those scroll cases I've been getting, but also so that I can get some extra juicy XP. Not on camera, of course, but I will still gonna do it. I'm not even gonna stop after I max out my journeyman tier. I'm gonna do everything I can with crafting, because God knows we need the extra XP by now. 3, 2, 1, go. It seemed the time would never come, but Medwin is ready to reveal his secret.
Welcome, friends.
The secret, you have already shown that you know it, my friend. The secret is patience. When it comes to fishing, there's a lot of waiting, and you have proven that you can do that, which is not something everyone can do. Good work, and happy fishing. Yeah, this seems a little bit of trolling. The quest reward, the quest itself. It is true that you need a lot of patience when you go fishing. But it seems the devs were just having extra fun with this quest. There are a couple of quests like this throughout the game. But yeah, you could tell the devs were having a lot of fun with that. We need to write for this one. As I said before, we need to be really fast. We are not that far. But we have 2 quests that we'll need to do now. And I expect those 2 quests will also be really quick. We can just bunch up all the enemies we need and get them done really easily, but we still gotta get there, and we are already hard pressed for time, so yeah, let's hope the horse is enough to get us where we need to be. I'm confident we really should be able to do this today. And don't get me wrong, there would still be plenty of quests in Cardolan for us to complete. We still have everything here at Gerwyn's convoy that we have not turned up. And I think there are still at least 2 quest lines, well, 1 quest line, but it's a really long one that we need to complete, so with a little bit of luck and a little bit of help from the tome that we are saving up, we might be able to get not to 32, but hopefully 31. So that we can then get to the rest. So as you have seen in here, we are going to the south border of Tharbad. We are looking for an NPC somewhere around here. I think really close to the walls. Let's hope he's on this side of the wall, so that we don't need to backtrack to look for him, but yeah, it seems he will be around this area. Not inside the city. Why would anyone be inside the city when it's so full with orcs? Ah, there we go. Oh, and you can do both quests at once. That's great.
Evil fears not to walk in the light of day.
This was once an impressive city and a thriving center of trade. If I close my eyes, I can almost see it. I have always had a vivid imagination. You could ask anyone who knows me and they will tell you it is true. Can I ask you to slay the orcs that now crawl within Tharbad? I would like to do what I can to restore the city to the way it was, though it proved impossible. I would also ask you to climb to the northernmost section of the Great Bridge that once spanned the river and to look out over the city. Then you can describe to me what you see, and my imagination will fill in the rest.
Is there no end to our hardships?
Tharbad was a thriving and important city at its height, but that was long ago. Now the orcs haunt every corner and they have no respect for the city it used to be. Still, do you think it possible that the orcs might have picked up something valuable from that period of Tharbad's history? They mostly carry filth and rubbish, so far as I can make out, but hidden among the garbage there might be a real treasure. Imagine that. Yeah, imagine that. I didn't expect these 2 quests to be able to be done at once. I had understood you needed to complete one to unlock the other, but that will help us to be even more time efficient with all this. Because as you defeat the Orcs, you will advance both quests, and there are plenty of Orcs on your way to the bridge anyway. Collected Orc rubbish. Yeah, I don't think they will have a lot of treasures. Okay. We just need one more Orc before going to the bridge, so this guy would do the trick. The northern part of the bridge is what we need to look for now. We were already at that part of the bridge. We took a peek in there. I didn't know at the time we would need to do that for a quest, but it's so fun and so impressive. Collecting all the insignia of Tharbad. This isn't rubbish after all. Oh, fancy that. As I said, I didn't expect this to be part of the quest. It's such an impressive view that you almost have to do it, even if it's just for yourself, even if you don't find a quest. But it's good to see we need to do it as part of a quest as well. This is part of the Great Bridge from which Karen wanted you to look. For Karen's benefit, you look out over the flooded city from this vantage point. That we had already done, but nonetheless, can you imagine how impressive the city must have been back in the day? I don't know if we will get any more instances of flashback sequences, flashback areas like Mordor besieged as an old Bizarre, but it would be so amazing to have an Arnor flashback. That of course would be huge because that would span from Cardolan to Anuminas and to the Lone Lands. It would be a really huge area. I don't think that would be possible. If they were to do that, they would need to do that in many different updates. And they would need a very good reason to do 3 or 4 updates in the Second Age for us to be able to see these, or in the early Third Age. But yeah, the early Third Age, not the Second Age. What am I thinking? They would still need a very good reason to go back to the early days of the Third Age to show you Arnor. But how impressive would that be, being able to see the kingdom at its peak? I would love to see that. And seeing all these ruins in their former glory, Tharbad and Weathertop and Numina's Fornost, for God's sake. I don't know, that's on my wish list now. I had never thought about this until now, but now I really want to see that. Oh, please tell me that's gonna happen at some point. I can imagine the devs would also love to do something like that, but once again, they need a very good reason. And who knows if the stories they have in mind will lend themselves to that. But crossing my fingers now.
What hope remains for us?
You did what you could to clear the Orcs from Tharbad. I appreciate it, Beriathan. Now tell me what you saw from atop the Great Bridge. You describe the view to Karen as best you can, and she closes her eyes, allowing your words to flow over her. At last she opens them and smiles. I could almost see it as it was, so many years ago. No Orcs at all. The city was full of craftsmen and wagons lumbered across the span, carrying goods for distant lands. It was a thriving center of trade back then. Oh, to have lived during those years, my imagination will have to suffice. Thank you for this, my friend. Take this reward, though it cannot compare to what you have given me.
The shadow has fallen upon our lands.
You did find something. I knew you would. You hand Karen the old insignia and she turns it over in her hands, studying it closely. This raised bit of metal would have been the mark of a trading guild that operated out of Tharbad when the city was at its height. I will have to tell my brother Briok about this when I get home. He has a number of books that might tell me more about this guild, but he spent all these days worrying. It is quite a waste if you ask me. Thank you for helping me, Beriathan. Oh, so you are the sister of Briok. Awesome. And we can still use this earring. Yeah, this will still improve the yellow one we have. So we got something out of all this. Who would have thought? So that was it for all the quests we were missing at Cardolan. I think, well, the ones that we skipped somehow, because we still have everything back at Andrath. But that's still that's still a good result for today's episode, I think. So now I'm gonna stop in here because as I have said, I want to do some tasks and crafting to improve my, well, increase my XP a little bit. So I will meet you back on the next episode after I have done some tasks and some crafting, and we'll see how far it will get me. For the time being though, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.